Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is a Bunch of Gamers. This is our 198th episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th anniversary. Let the city burn. I'm gonna go around and have my players introduce themselves.
I'm Tyler, and I play Kyle, also known as Guards the Low. He's a Philodox of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Cora. She's an Aruna in the Geta Fenris.
Hi, I'm Adam. I play Mark Guides the Fallen, and he's a Thurge of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Zeb Speaks-in-Sweet-Whispers. He is a Theurge of the Silent Striders.
Hello, my name is Riley, and I am playing Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, Lupus Galliard of the Bone Gnawers.
Hi, my name is George. I am playing William Grows-Matrices. He is a Arun of the Glasswalkers.
Last time, the Pax confronted Rabu Aho, an ancient vampire who had made pacts with demons. The battle was fierce between two demons, the Pax and Rabu Aho, in a mystically sealed room that prevented any and all sunlight from entering. The Pax then burned down the apartment complex to which Rabu Aho slept as his haven, and now have returned home, finding out that his second had also been destroyed. Now the Pax have some time to rest and will begin looking to the future. You spent a few days recovering. Now it is October 30th, having your wounds heal, having some time to kind of decompress. So with that, please roll 1d10 to determine your starting rage, and also regain 7 points of spent willpower if you have spent that much, or full willpower.
Crap.
Fomori's Bane is chill as fuck.
I was gonna say, we're a bunch of cool Garu right now.
The coolest of cucumbers.
I mean, ill omens are, except Dimitri broke the fucking curve.
What about Gnosis?
Gnosis has been... You'll regain 2 points of Gnosis.
Okay.
In this time frame.
Excellent.
So, what is the plan?
I think the first order of business should be to make contact with Nicolas again. Let him know what happened.
I suspect he probably knows what happened by now. Just the beam of light, at least, that we could see must have clued him in. But I agree we should speak with him. We just might want to speak with the leaders of the Sept first, decide what we want to do amongst ourselves, then speak with them, then speak with Nicolas.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is our chance for a hard reset. I want to speak with Steven at some point to get names of police and others that have been going after our kin. And if Nicolas gives us names of people that maybe need to get taken care of, and maybe we just handle some business within the city of Colorado Springs.
I agree. He can handle things much better on the human side than we can, and we need to make sure that there aren't any more vampires who are willing to set this city ablaze.
Precisely right. I don't give a hoot in hell if he has any success in actually wielding a lot of influence, but right. This is the part that I want to ensure that we stem off.
So it sounds like we're going to go to the Elders first. So the Elders are kind of scattered doing some things with the Sept and some more national level Garu politics. They come back the next evening on Halloween Day. And they have heard and accept your petition to speak with them as soon as they return. And so there is a council called.
I will find Steven before this, and I don't need to roleplay this out. I'm just going to ask him point blank, give me names of patrolmen, give me times they're on patrol, and I will give you 12 hours of my time. But give me something that I can work with.
And he does.
Excellent.
All right. So the council is there, ready to speak. Binds the Darkness goes, and so you've taken care of the two leeches we've heard. And what is it that brings you here now?
Well, nothing ends with the extermination of the leaders of these leeches. Others will move in, or ones who are already here will take power. Our proposal is that we should reinstate Nicolas. form a stronger relationship, have him deal with some of the police officers that have been harassing our kin, and he will provide us information on vampires, leeches, who supported the others in, well, helping to destroy the city.
I can somewhat agree to this, though I know it is before my time, but I want to make sure. Did not this Nicolas wage an all-out war against our kin? Is he trustworthy in your eyes? He seems to know who many of our kin is, where they live. Some of that information network may have been broken, since he is no longer the prince of these leeches, but if he has any information on even some of our kin, could he not be a threat?
Any leech with the power to run this city will be a threat to us. The one advantage we have with Nicolas is that we know he cares about the city itself. He won't put it to the torch, he won't sacrifice it for some dark purpose. He cares about it. I believe he also knows that he would lose a war with us, because he already has.
That is true. I give my consent for this. Worm Charmer speaks up and says, I also agree to this proposal. Fate Dancer goes, I cannot put my support behind this. While what has been said makes some sense, I think re-inviting one who killed Agaru's wife in front of him and made him tear her apart with his own claws as a form of retribution means that he is willing to go to lengths that these others were just as willing to do, even if it's not going to destroy the city proper. However, I know that I am outvoted on this proposal. And so Binds the Darkness goes, yes, there's more in favor than against. You are all free to speak to Nicolas and attempt to reinstate him as the leader of the leeches. And hopefully, he will be able to aid us somewhat in protecting our kin, as leeches seem to be lower on our priority list overall.
Thank you, elders.
That evening, you go off into the general area that Nicolas told you where he would be, and you give off howls. A bat appears before changing into Nicolas before your very eyes. Good evening.
I assume you've heard?
I had heard rumors. I hadn't gone deep into the city just yet, just in case. Tremere tend to be rather slippery, and Bali more so. Them working together could craft any plot. But it is good that you are here and alive, because that does suggest to me that they are gone.
They are. And we would like to continue this partnership.
Would you now?
Yes. You gave us information that helped us save the city. It's obvious that you care about it. And I personally, as much as I hate the things you did, know that we shouldn't have started the war.
Very well. I could see that, and I could give you some information if we share amongst ourselves.
It is more than information that we want, and more than information that we want to give.
I'm willing to listen.
We would like you to be Prince of the City again.
Wonderful. I had intended to try and do so, as I am the oldest here, now.
We would like you to give us the name of a few vampires who are working to help destroy the city, so that we can root them out, so that your power base will be more secure.
I see. Well, then you will be happy to know the two that you dealt with were the only ones. The others supported those two when the Reformation came only because my power had gotten them into a war that got several of them killed, and that is why they turned on me. But none helped him directly. All it was done was through ghouls, which I do have names for. Ghouls are human servants that have been given some powers by us.
That will work. In exchange for handling them, we would like you to deal with how you see fit these police officers who are harassing our kin.
I see. I have some ideas.
And, to be clear, this is not just us. We spoke with our leaders, and they've agreed to this plan.
Excellent. It may take some time, as I will have to reestablish myself and reestablish some of my old connections. Connections take ages to build, but they tend to weaken and dissolve rather rapidly.
We need names of people that are perhaps a little bit too far gone to reestablish connections with, that weren't these ghouls, as you call them. You might be supporting more of a hiring spree versus a retention event, if you catch my meaning.
I do. And I can give you plenty of names. Especially those who were mine and decided to switch over.
That would be most beneficial, thank you.
As he gives you a rather large list of names. About 15 officers, and then, another several county clerks. There you are.
There may be some others that will be tangled up in this, but we will ensure that all adjacent issues are minimized to make this path easier for you.
Excellent. That's all one can ask. Well, if business is concluded, then I will begin pulling some strings and making contact with some of my fellow kindred in the city to start building up my power base again.
Mark will speak up before you leave, and he'll pull out the paper that had the Akkadian runes and scribes that he took down from the city, and he'll present it to him saying, "This is what we found about your enemies and their knowledge and their works. You can keep this for yourself."
Thank you. I'll have to go to some scholars. I'm not a nodist, but thank you. It was greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. You are most generous.
To help secure the ties, and he'll shudder a little bit. This taint gets to me.
Taint, you say?
And he'll sniff a little bit. Garu thing.
I see. Now, if that is concluded, good evening to all of you. And he shifts back into being a bat and starts flying towards the city.
Mark wanted to get rid of that paper because he was feeling very tempted to try to decipher the knowledge itself and try to use it against Applegate.
Appleton.
Or Appleton.
Appleton.
Appleton, not Applegate. Appleton.
So, the night passes, and the new morn comes. It is November the 1st. What are we doing? What is the plans?
I'm gonna find Fate Dancer.
Okay.
Bring her something to drink, whatever, wherever she is.
Okay.
Says, "Sister, I am as uncomfortable with this as you are. I do not intend to make it easy for this thing to return to its base of power. I intend to find a way to purge off a good amount of the corrupt humans that are in this city. I think this can be used ritually to at least satiate some of the spirits that are death here, or others. I'd appreciate any input you might have."
Mass killing could go well. It reeks a bit too much of the Imperium. However, we have a new elder in the Sept, in you, and we have yet to hold up the killing of corrupt humans in our dealings with the Red Talons.
You are correct.
The more impressive the takedown, and even if we go past quota in a way that serves our interests, well, perhaps we could build stronger relations with Griffin's tribe.
This knowledge is well met. Worry not, sister. The Silent Striders don't forget.
It's good. Neither does older brother. River Serpent's memory goes as deep and as long as all the waterways of Turtle Island.
We miss them every day. I'll go and find Kyle. I think we need to make this spectacular and lasting, and it will satiate some of our workings with the tribe of Griffin. I don't give a fuck what we promised Nicolas beyond returning him to power. I don't want to make it easy for him.
My thought process was that if it was easy for him, having a second power base based entirely on something that we don't control might make it harder for the good doctor to get his feet wet again. But I understand the concerns. What were you thinking?
We have the names from this soon-to-be uncrowned prince and Stephen. I think that taking care of all of these problems at once would sate some of our other political pacts, please some of the spirits here, and at least solidify our position in time while this creature rebuilds to a degree. And yes, your point is taken that we don't want to weaken ourselves too much, but I mean, Kyle, at this point, we've had demon-worshipping vampires under our nose, undertaking a blood ritual for weeks. The number of times that this city was about to burn down because it was too weak, they are dangling over the precipice. We are delaying its destruction. I don't believe we are stopping it.
I agree with you, but it was us that invited those demon-worshipping leeches into the city. It was our fault. We opened the door for them and the good doctor by starting that war with the leeches, by trusting Storm Chaser, by... I don't know.
We is doing a lot of heavy lifting here, brother.
If I don't own the other Garu's failures, then how can I atone for them?
I will moderate my zeal to a degree. I think there's a way that we can be effective, awe-inspiring for our own people, and set the table a little bit easier. The people being too afraid is problematic. The bureaucrats here that siphon off of them being afraid, good.
Alright, if you want to make it big, I suppose we should do it as Hamid's.
I mean, you misunderstand. People turning up dead. I don't need it to be Steven's bear attacks. Just sustained.
No, I mean...
And alarming.
There should be messages.
Right.
Whatever those and I mean literal ones, written in their blood for each of them so they know that they're tied together. Whether it's about corruption, whether it's about abuse, we can tailor it to the individuals, but we should make sure that they see a commonality.
I appreciate the theatrics of the Half Moon. We'll think on this and have a real plan. I always wanted to bring this up to you outside of what you spoke to the council about Nicolas himself. I don't intend for us to break our word in either case. Just add a little more.
No, I agree. It's a good idea. We'll plan and get everyone else involved and see what we can do.
Very good, brother.
So what's the plan then?
We'll gather the big six here. Steven's provided routes of some of the police officers on shift. We also have names that have been provided to us of some of the members of the bureaucracy here in Colorado Springs that have been especially problematic. I would propose attacking at night, that we maximize the damage we do in a single night. Guards to the Low has brought the idea of including a message with this. We would need to be efficient and speedy and memorable. If third shift disappears off the Colorado Springs Police Department, this is memorable. If it's 2 or 3 bear attacks, that's odd. It's not memorable. If they think it's a rival gang or whoever, vigilantism, fine. And the key being that I want those that would abuse their power to be afraid, not the people just trying to carry out their everyday lives that are being terrorized now.
As you hear kind of a clap. Hell yeah, brother. As Steven kind of saunters in. You asked me for some of my time. I heard that you were doing a plan, and when you called all the packs in, old Unky Zeb giving a rousing speech, I knew you were on some shit, man, as he grabs you and gives you like a tussle.
I suppose Zeb, uncharacteristically will, put his arm around Steven. We have tiers of targets then. Patrolmen and such will be fairly easy. There are others that will be a little bit more difficult's the wrong word. There'll be others that are inside their homes or otherwise, that we want the intrusion to be something stealthy and quick and effective. So some of those more difficult ones for some of the names of bureaucrats here we can take. Some of the other patrolmen that have been problematic, we'll hand those off. Thoughts?
For the patrolmen in particular, we need to make sure that they're not patrolling anywhere near the kin. We don't want them tied up in this. Because it will be obvious, I think, that they so happen to be the ones who are harassing these people. So the less we can tie to that, the better.
I have a thought of employing spirits of cockroach. These patrolmen might be difficult to track down. Maybe convincing them that these are, well, not convincing, showing them that these are individuals that have threatened the city, their home. Maybe they'd be willing to help us.
I'll leave that to you then. If you have some ideas of how you might get that information, just be aware that killing their kin in pursuit of this objective would not be advantageous for us in the city, Mark, but I think you know that already. But certainly, rats, cockroaches, others, there are plenty that watch and could maybe give us a bit of an upper hand. That would leave you in an observation mode, perhaps, versus active pursuit, brother, if you're okay with that.
Of course. This is kind of a two birds, one stone situation.
Steven speaks up. Hey, so this sounds like this plan could take some time, right, Zeb? It's your plan. I don't want to step all over it.
We want to make sure that we're effective, Steven, and
Sure.
complete. So what have you
Okay.
got?
Well, I got contacts with an overly sticky uncle who can get us some big-ass explosives to help do some damage, too. Throwing a little... going in stealthily, getting some ragabosh maybe to stick a few bombs on patrol cars and kaboom in different parts of the city. You hearing me?
I am, and I suppose this is where we'll have our debate on effective levels of terrorism. Part of me thought that if a bunch of people just turned up dead overnight, there's something to that, with maybe explosives following later. It shows that their inability to control has only spiraled, as a sequel rather than simultaneously.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
That sounds fine to me. My thought was is you kill them. You kill each and every one of them. If they're in patrol cars, you wait till they get home, and you kill them. And then, after that, every patrol car that was supposed to be out there patrolling blows up, whether there was a cop in it or not, to show that they could have been got any fucking time.
Explosives, you say? Well, I know a pack that specializes in explosives. Maybe we can recruit their services.
They might be working for old Uncle Raj then, because Roger's the one who's been handing out explosives to monkey wrenchers left, right, and center.
Steven, have you been helping out a pack of the Bronze Moon?
Name's not super familiar, but...
they wouldn't be. They're a pack out of the green.
Gotcha. No, I don't know them personally, but if they're up in the green, they probably know Roger, because Roger's been really coordinating the monkey wrenchers.
I think I might have another idea other than cockroach. I could get a hold of the Bronze Moon and we can maybe get him here.
There's a second part of this that we need to remember, okay? The reason why the Scepter of the Sacred Stone is important, right, other than being a Scepter of Visions, is because of where we are geographically for our people to move. And this being territory of Older Brother. This is slightly overstepping their territory, alright? So we're going to keep it to what we've briefed so far. We can look into explosives later on. But again, yes, I'd love to talk to Roger about this, but I also know that some of the things that he has to do to protect the green are as important, or actually infinitely more important, than what we're about to do here. This is about resetting our city and showing that we can control it, without having to have too many people from the outside come in and do it for us. If we can't take care of our city, which we've been critiqued for over and over and over again, right, we invite others here to step in our lane and get into our business. I appreciate the zeal. We are going to show people that our territory is ours and we can hold it.
Heard and understood.
Heard and understood.
We can take a little bit more time for planning and observation. Let's say 48 hours. Then we go. Is that enough time for everyone to effectively plan?
It does.
I can make it work.
Very well then.
I'll talk to some of the elders, those who haven't fulfilled their obligations, and see which ones wish to join us this night.
Excellent. And again, that was a good point that was made. We want to make sure we keep them away from our kin. We want to be effective. We want it to be sudden. We want it to be alarming. New cops, rookies, are stupid. Maybe they're not enough time for them to become corrupt. But at least they know their enemy that they're dealing with, and they try to research their ranks. It gives us time.
All
I'm going to spend the next 48 probably doing ritual planning with Fate Dancer to make sure this is all lined up, and just do the background things before we actually have to go out there and execute this thing. Paying appropriate homage, and helping some of maybe the younger ones that are getting ready to take their packs out. But yeah, nothing particular spectacular, Keegan, until we actually go. For me.
Okay.
I'll talk to the elders like I mentioned, and then I'm going to just talk with Steven, understand everything that he learned about the patrol routes, everything that the warder knows about what's going on near the kin, potentially where the police are furthest from them during their patrols, things like that.
Perfect.
And I will be consulting a cockroach spirit.
Sounds good. We'll start with Kyle. You're at a gas station with Steven as he's filling up jugs of gasoline, and he has money because he got it from several members of the Sept. Is this what it's like to pay for things?
It's kind of incredible, isn't it?
It's fucking
I've done it a
expensive.
time or two. Oh, shit, yeah, but, like, it feels good to just be able to, like, yeah, that's mine.
I mean,
no one's mad at me for it.
I mean, I do that too. It depends on how stealthy you are when you pocket the stuff out of the, grocery store.
I never got as good as you did. Or anywhere near as good as you did.
I know, buddy, I know. It's okay. It's okay. I understand why you like money so much now. You never became an old bonar.
You know me. High roller.
I mean, you hang out with that glasswalker. Dude bought a compound and then got Waco'd out of his own fucking property.
Proximity to money is not money.
I love you, Kyle. For one thing, you didn't ask me how I knew what a Waco is.
Well, I don't know what a Waco is, so I figured I wouldn't let you know.
Oh, fantastic. Alright, this should be enough. The Sept is giving me access to a magpie swag. I'm gonna put these in here, as it's like a cheap, a cheap bag from Heinrich's, like one of the, reusable ones. Everything seems to go in and fit as he zips it up, shoulders it, and starts walking. You ever see a body after you burn it?
Statistically, like...
Anyway, I figured...
the buildings I've been in have been on fire, Steven.
Zeb really spoke to me, shock and awe. And honestly, sizzling bacon seems real poetic. I got this even. Look at that. It's a Zippo lighter. I'm gonna do it like a movie. I got like 5 of these things. Isn't it cool?
It's pretty cool. Just
you're about to
remember
block
the
down
message.
when you hear, "Hey, you gotta pay for those." All right, time to go.
You had the money.
I had the money for the gasoline. As you guys book it, you get out of the way. It's like, anyway, you were saying, Kyle? Woo! Feels good to run. It's good for the heart.
Just remember the message before everything goes up in smoke.
Oh, yeah, of course. I can write it in charcoal or something. It's real easy.
Yeah, I suppose that's the poetic way to do burning to death.
Yeah, you don't have to... It's a real simple message. Just fuck the police.
Try to add corrupt or abusive, something. Something that...
I thought that was all covered by the word police.
A lot of people aren't smart enough to realize that, Stephen. You and me were special.
Guess when you see the bottom of the boot, you know that they're all wearing it.
You might have to wait about a decade before you publish this episode, by the way. This fucking make it.
Anyway, one sec. Alright, Mark, let's get a roll for summoning a spirit.
Before I do that, I'm gonna cast a Spirit Friend on myself.
Okay.
And so that's gonna be a different roll. I just got done typing those up for my sake. Alright, so here's Spirit Friend. And then here is Rite of Summoning. Ooh, actually, I want to Jag. Ooh, kind of glad I cast Spirit Friend.
That just means the spirit doesn't show up.
Oh, jeez. I will try again.
Alright, now you have to increase the difficulty by 1, though.
Alright, yeah. Makes sense. There we go. Ah.
A mass of cockroaches appears and starts crawling over you. They have small circuits upon their body. You hear the buzzing in your ear. Why have you called us, friend?
My chitinous friends, I'm glad you came. I have come to ask for your help. My brothers and sisters and I have recently thwarted a plan that would have brought destruction to the city and destruction to you. And now we are hunting their ghouls down to the last to make sure that they can't harm any of us ever again. And we can use your help to track them.
Give us the names.
Mark will present the names that Kyle and Zeb had spoken to with the packs.
The cockroaches agree to give you the names of the police because they've done more property damage recently, but the clerks have actually done nothing physically to harm the city, and thus they refuse to.
Very well. It's the patrols that we would have difficulty finding anyway.
You will get a 2-die bonus for any investigation or streetwise rolls in trying to find these cops.
And then after that pact was sealed, Mark will ask, and what will you seek of me for this pack afterwards?
You must go into the local house department and you must destroy every last can of insect repellent upon their shelves.
I shall make this done. And Mark will extend his arm out almost like a handshake to the mass on him, but kind of more symbolically.
As the mass collects around your arm, chitters about it, and then flies off.
Excellent. And I will return with this news to the packs.
As you all start to kind of gather up, it has been 48 hours. You've all been given the routes, the homes, etc. for various police and county clerks that you'd been given by Nicolas, Stephen, or Nicolas and Stephen. A few other of the younger Garu have decided to join as they heard about this and they wanted to get involved. You gave them kind of a rundown in between now and then, meaning you were able to increase your sphere of influence. The elders have decided to stay away as they have all killed their person for the year, and they want to make sure that the sept is, of course, kept protected and they keep up on sept business, which is their highest priority in this case. So,
The only final instructions are you will take trophies to honor our sept and the spirits here. When Helios begins to rise, you're done. Nobody breaks the time.
all right. So, can I get an intelligence or perception, streetwise or investigation from everyone, whichever is higher? Difficulty, we'll go difficulty 4.
With my buff, I have a 7. Who wants to do that? We're all doing that.
Everyone.
You said intelligence or perception, and then investigation or
Streetwise.
streetwise. Okay.
And remember, for investigation streetwise rolls, you get 2 additional dice. Dimitri, you're going to be able to find 9 targets overnight. Kyle, you're going to be able to find 6 targets overnight. Cora, 4. Mark, 6. William, 2. Where's Zeb's roll? Did I miss it? Oh, 4.
I was below Mark. Yep.
William, George rolled diff 6 instead of diff 4.
It's because I don't have dice in
The
either
bonus-
streetwise
The,
or
the bonus increases it and treats it like you have the skill. So you have 3 more successes, so you can find 5.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
Yes. All right. So we'll just go down the list. Dimitri, what's the general theme of how you are killing, and what kind of messages is you writing?
I might need a moment to think about.
The best way
I'm
is
sorry.
to
I'm
get
going
on
to
the
need a
list.
moment.
All right. We'll go down to Cora. How are you performing your mayhem?
Lots of hammering in of heads and blood messages and things like stop the corruption, police are pigs, things like I don't know, police equals abuse, like shit like that. Like,
Cool.
that's
Would you
the
like
general.
Would you like
vibes.
to roll on one of the cops and see how badly you kill him?
I would love to see how badly I kill him because it'll
All
probably
right.
be not great.
Dex melee.
Gorgeous. Dex melee. Let's roll. 6, right?
For your hammer, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, for my hammer.
All
1
right.
in the head, I guess.
That's 1 roll over, and then roll Strength
I have
plus
it.
weapon damage, all that, yeah. +1. You brain
I hit
his
him in the head
ass,
real
yeah.
good.
Break his skull, smash it, do that multiple times, cracking skulls.
And take trophies.
Yes, what trophies are you taking?
I'm taking fingers, and if I don't smash the skull, too bad, heads.
How are you removing the head from the body?
Ripping it off.
So you will be shifting partially through this.
Do I need to? Because I have 5 strength.
Can the world's best weightlifter just rip someone's head off?
If they're not fighting, probably. I don't know.
Is that the description of 5 strength?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Human maximum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll go with, I don't know. Can I think about what trophies I want?
Sure.
Thanks.
Kyle, same question to you.
The basics are going to be, if I know they don't have a family and they're a police officer, gonna knock, dazzle, and use their gun to kill them and take their gun as the trophy as well as their badge. Otherwise, if either their family answers or they are not a cop, I'm going to flash the badge, say I need to speak to so-and-so, it's important, using persuasion, etc., dazzle if necessary, and then just shooting them. Then, repeating the process on and on.
Cool.
And the messages will be things like corrupt, abuser, murderer, if that applies to any of them, any manslaughter charges, anything like that.
Sure. Old William, what you doing and how you doing it?
So I have one quick question. In Colorado, do they use gas lines on their stove or is it electric?
Depends on the house.
Yeah, it depends on the house.
Because I wanted to use carbon monoxide poisoning, just throw their face right onto a stove, have them inhale it until they pass out, and then blow up the house using the stove. If not, then 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, just like execution style.
Excellent.
And then
half will have the gas stove, half will not.
Okay.
And what trophies are you taking? Or what are you writing, I should say? What are the messages you're writing?
I almost want to write, ironically, don't tread on me.
Go for it.
Hell yeah.
So I will do that. And then underneath that, have their badges smeared in their own blood as like their grave or their grave marker. And then I will take any challenge coins that they may have. And if there's any other information that could tie them to third-party groups, I would like to take that as well.
Okay. Sounds good. Old Zeb, how are we doing this?
For 2 of them, I'm gonna do 2 bureaucrats to start. Both of them, I'm just gonna pull into the Umbra and kill them on the other side and leave them there. So they are missing completely. And when I go into their house, I will, if they have the audacity to have religious iconography, I will take that. Otherwise, I will just take something else of value, and I will write like a simple message, like the complicit will be found, and I'll just do it like in block letters on their refrigerator. So 2 will disappear outright, and then the other 2, I'll sneak in and kill them. But same thing, it'll probably just be like a strangulation, what have you. Gouge their eyes out. Take again, religious iconography with the first trophy. The second one just be pieces of wealth, and then out I'd go.
Fantastic. Mark.
Oh, wow. That last one, man, that's kind of hard to follow up, but let's try. So, my thought for Mark's trophy taking and the killings, after the fight and they're bloodied and everything, what he's doing is he's kind of stepping on their back and pulling at their head, kind of like trying to rip it off, but at like that right point, he takes his giant Krynos hand, and he kind of like puts it forward to decapitate them, and takes the heads as trophies.
Okay.
And then he'll rip the lower jaws off, and he'll hand them out to lower ranking Garu as like memorabilia for the night.
Okay.
And then with his blood messages, he will write, typical police protesting in blood. So we'll say the state has failed. Pigs will burn. Or what is it? Don't lose your head.
All right. Dimitri, with all that, do you have ample inspiration?
Yes. It's probably going to be a mix of property damage and arson. Using Gift of the Termite to collapse a few of the houses. And then basically slasher movie style, killing any of the targets that managed to get out of the wreckage. A few just Molotov cocktails through the window, catching anybody that gets out. And then as far as messages go, just in blood, various messages like ACAB, 1312, and oppose and harm the upper class.
Perfect. Steven goes through with getting gasoline, breaking their legs in his Krynos form, and then while they're shifting back into Hamid, douses them, zippos them, and burns them, and then in the charcoal, from the charcoal of their body, writes the blood or the charcoal or the ash of tyrants will nourish the tree of liberty.
Oh, dude.
Sun rises. You're all real fucking tired. Rightfully so. So, another day passes. And you have... William, your phone is blowing up with news all over. People freaking out. Pundits talking. The National Guard might get called into Colorado Springs as the president is talking about using the Insurrection Act to start taking any of the terrorists who are found out in this disgusting, disgusting act of terrorism.
Mark will have woken up and cleaning his new trophies and helping out the newbies with their trophies.
Sounds good.
So with this news, I want to have a couple dummy social media accounts that I start blasting some this wouldn't be essentially to the lines of this wouldn't be an issue if you listen to the people. The people have spoken, and we will not bow down to kings and queens of the 1700s again.
Excellent. So you're doing sock accounts, trying to flood local news stations, trying to increase the ratio of support online. Could I get an intelligence computer just to make sure that the FBI doesn't trace it all back to you?
Yep.
Let's go diff 8. Alright, you won't be found out.
Woo!
Yeah. As Steven walks in, he's carrying bags upon bags of burrito gong into the sept. For you, my friend. For you. For you. For you. For you. Oh, Zeb. I know you love the 20-layer gut blaster.
You are a godsend, like manna from heaven.
And it's spring, so the leaves will hide it when that becomes a true gut blaster and you gotta squat.
Amen.
Kyle, the chief, or the Emperor Supreme cheese burrito.
Thank you. You know me too well.
Cora, do the oops all meat burrito, since you're nothing but beef.
Thank you, Stephen.
And of course, can't forget old Dim. And we got Dim here. The 7 spicy circles. The other 2 layers of hell are just too cold for this burrito.
Thank you, Stephen.
Oh, it's a bit late, but thank you for the birthday gift. Just incredible.
When is your birthday, Stephen?
I don't know. No one cares when a Krynos is born. Only that they're still alive, so that they can bully them.
What? Then shouldn't that just be your birthday? Right now?
Sure.
This?
Yeah, let's make it my birthday. I'm a November baby.
Happy birthday, Stephen.
Hell yeah.
Aww.
Happy birthday, Stephen.
Thanks, guys. Best birthday a Krynos born could ever ask for.
I do have one more present for you, Steven, if you want it.
What you got for me?
With some of the pigs that we took care of, I have a couple contacts of theirs that also need to be taken care of if you want them. You know, let no stone go unturned. But also, if you make any sort of positive contact with these guys, then you're just as bad, and you should be dealt with accordingly.
Hell yeah.
What's the saying that I've heard a couple times now? If it's safe for a Nazi to be around, then it's not safe to be or then it's safe to be... Sorry. I have it. If you make it safe for a Nazi to be alive, then it's not safe to not be a Nazi.
Yep. True facts. Oh, damn it. I fucked up.
It?
I just thought of something I could have done last night.
What'd you miss out?
Could have used a chain, choked the fucker out, so he had a big old bruise line, and said, "How about that thin blue line?" Opportunity squandered.
There'll be more.
The whole night.
Don't use all your good ideas on one birthday.
That's true. It's true. I won't say many more. World's ending. But hopefully another one in me.
Hopefully.
I'm sure we could push it back to at least 2 or 3 more.
Oh, my little optimist. You guys gonna relax? I'm gonna.
Are you?
Yeah.
A little bit today.
Oh, I thought we'd be going drinking for your birthday.
Kai, do you have Fiona specialized flasks for me? Otherwise, that drink don't do nothing.
We have a whole day to find one.
Maybe we can go to the Set to the Green. Hit them up.
Shouldn't take too long, and I'm sure Roger would love to spend your birthday with you.
Oh, Roger's mostly in DC, but he sometimes goes to the Green. But Roger's all seriousness now. He's for a ragabosh. He's got to learn to cut loose and take a joke like an Arun like me.
We're so well known for taking jokes well. It's one of our defining features.
That's true. That's true. I'd make a retort, but I think you just frenzy on me. Let's go! Franz, as he puts his arms around Cora and Kyle, pulls them in real tight.
Let's go get Mark, too. I'm sure he doesn't want to miss your birthday.
Alright, as you guys kind of go for Mark, as you see Mark in a house department, where you find him.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey, it's Steven's birthday. We're gonna go to the Green and drink.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I gotta do a quick thing, though. Meet you guys in the Umbra?
Whereabouts?
Close by. Just watch.
I think we could meet you just in the parking lot, if you want.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Still in the Umbra?
Yeah, still in the Umbra. Meet me in the Umbra. This should be quick.
Alrighty.
And so, for my plan is, kind of walk in like a customer. I got one rage. I'm good. No one's gonna be mad at me. And I want to scout out the proximity of the mirror section of this home department to the lawn, like where the bug killer is.
Okay. You see one close. It's diff. The Umbra is finally reset to normal difficulty, and you don't take bashing anymore, or any damage passing through.
Okay.
And so the gauntlet would be 7.
Okay.
For your Gnosis roll.
I'm sure I can work this out. All right. So the plan is to go to a section of this, big part of the store that has all the bug killer on it, and we're gonna switch into Glabro form, and we're just gonna topple it all.
You are still pretty noticeably supernatural in Glabro form, unless it's like at night.
Okay. Well, gee, it was just commented that we like to light things on fire a lot, so I'm trying to go away from that. Oh shoot. Any player to players? Any suggestions?
You can go through with a knife and just it'll take a while, so you might get caught, but it's an idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, just stabbing the cans open.
They have axes at home departments, like for chopping trees. And you just grab it like
Okay.
you're gonna buy it, and then walk over to the insect department and then start smashing them all.
That is something. Cause a ruckus, too. Steven would be proud. You know what? Why not? Let's do that. Let's head over to the axe section, pretend we're buying it, and then just start smashing away as much as I can.
Alright, so smash away, gotta run, you get to the mirror section,
Oh no,
that'd take 5 minutes.
that'd take 5
and
minutes.
People are coming after you.
Should I risk the molly? Let's risk the molly. Ah!
Alright, roll me 1d10. If it's a 2 or less, someone still saw you pass into the Umbra. It's still... Alright. No one saw, you didn't rend the veil. As you go into the parking lot, and there's everyone.
Alright, I'm done. Let's go party. Hey, Keegan, just for shiggles, there wouldn't happen to have been a cockroach spirit nearby to witness me fulfilling the pact, would there?
There probably was.
I would just like to inform them of thanking them for their help, but also telling them that for their in the other realm brothers and sisters, there's a nice pile of freshly flayed skin over at our sept that they could help themselves to.
They thank you.
And then Mark will be ready to party.
Awesome.
Alright. As you guys shoot off, as it's your sept, so you launch, you get to the green, as he's able to snag one off of Rummage, who is in hiding right now. As it turns out, Rummage is on the run from the police.
What did Rummage do?
He attacked an officer of the military because the military had been brought into New York after the recent riots and have been harassing the homeless, so Rummage got involved, and so now when he goes in public, he wears sunglasses and a face mask. But he can't get too close to protests anymore. It is illegal in the state, or the city of New York now, to wear any sort of masks, including surgical masks, near an ongoing protest, as the city uses its surveillance technology to watch all protests now and feed it directly to the police and the military. As you guys get to a bar, Steven's like, could you pour it into this, please? As they're looking at him kind of strange. Kyle, would you like to do a charisma expressions with persuasion to convince them to fill up old Steven's flask?
Goodness, I would love to do that. Let me pull up persuasion for you. That's the persuasion. And then you said charisma.
Expressions. And it'll be diff 5 because of the persuasion. Ah, fuck. All right, here you go. As he pours it in, it seems like, thank you kindly. As they all show IDs, you convince him to do the same for Dimitri, who also needs a flask to get drunk in his Hamid form, being Lupus. As Steven's, all right, everyone, cheers.
Cheers. Ching, ching.
Cheers.
As you all start drinking and having fun, you guys get back to the sept proper of the green at a good old 4 a.m. as Steven goes, you know, it's kind of a shame. I never have a full bladder after I do a bear attack, so that I can really drive home how much I don't like them.
Well, maybe if you drank before the bear attack.
Cops are unpredictable, man. Like, they're the worst aspect of the worm. They're everywhere. They look docile to most people, and then they just fucking lash out like rabid animals.
I'm sure one day the stars will align.
I think you're right. But let me tell you all, as he throws his hand around, everyone tries to duck as he spins, pointing. This fucking guy. Homeless his whole fucking life. Never learned how to pocket a fucking thing. Always got us caught.
Shame on you, Kyle.
So he's saying he makes a better carver than a better thief?
You know I should have been on watch duty. That's what I was good at.
Just...
watching.
Be a terrible thief. Kyle's too honest. He's more likely to give his heart to some stranger to help them out than take some fucking markers. I'm mad about the markers, Kyle.
And you have every right to be.
Kyle will just be giggling as Tyler is.
Sleep time, probably.
Oh, I guess it's about that time. As he takes a deep breath, it's like, oh, we're gonna sleep.
There.
We're feeling pretty toasty, Cora.
You look like you're feeling pretty toasty. You need to get to bed.
I bet you say that to all the boys.
Every single one of them. But none of them are as pretty as you.
That's wonderful. Sorry, Zeb.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
It's because you give it up too easily.
Mark will just be chuckling and pointing at Zeb with Mark's missing ear and giant scar that's evident on his neck.
Alright. I'll be the mom of the group. I'll get everyone to bed.
Okay. Could I get a straight Hamid stamina roll?
For sure, yeah.
To
You
see
can
if
definitely get
do
one
it.
of those.
Because we'll go diff 7 because Cora is also very drunk.
Fair. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? I don't know why Storyteller hates me so much.
May I also roll? I feel like Dimitri would at least try to help.
You can try, yeah.
All right.
Mark's gonna be coy about it. He's gonna be like, no, stop, huh? Like, kind of pushing away, make it a little difficult. Can we add a little difficulty to that?
No.
As Cora goes, alright, Steven, go to bed. And he's like, I'm getting to bed. Go to bed, Steven. As Kyle's like, Steven said he's going to bed. Throats Kyle, drops him down. Go to bed, Kyle! Slams him into the ground. As Dimitri comes in, alright, Cora, it's time to go to bed. I can't go to bed. Everyone still needs it. He puts like a little bit of like torn blanket on Cora. Everyone needs to go to... As he successfully puts everyone to bed.
Oh, goodness.
Dimitri, the true mom of the group. Cora's the wine mom of the group, as it turns out.
Happy birthday, Steven.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Next day,
I'm sure we did it.
Everyone has hangovers except for Steven and Dimitri, because they got to regenerate again.
Of course. Ow.
Stop yelling.
I heard Zeb wants to talk to old Shadow Dagger.
Yeah, Zeb will go get some coffee and track him down.
Alright. As you go to the Swimmin' Bagel and get a good old donut and a nice black coffee. It's told America runs on this, but it's just okay coffee and a pretty alright donut. Before you find Shadow Dagger, as he's kind of working on some stuff with Kin, talking to him, he turns and goes, "You look like shit."
There's a rough cosmic justice when the one-eyed man can't actually look at anything.
What can I do for you?
This is social. If you're doing business, I can wait and drink this coffee.
I've got just a few more things. He finishes his conversation in about 30-40 minutes and then goes, alright, social. Interesting. Please, let's go over here as you guys walk over to a local breakfast joint.
Right.
He orders some breakfast for himself and some coffee for himself. And he goes, "What do I owe the social call for?"
Well, some of the youngins wanted to bring Town Hall out here to see some friends at the Green. But for you specifically, I worked with plenty of others to make sure our cousins came here and specifically spoke to you. And I'm hoping that those cousins have been reasonably helpful. There are some other decisions. They were some other decisions that were made when I was out of town, but this was a good compromise that we could make to make sure that we were pulling some weight here and trying to help. Things all right? I mean, you have a family here, man. I have the joy of only being alone and unafraid without a responsibility other than to the extended crew.
The city's on edge. I have to keep a damn cell phone on me at all times now, so that I can keep track of whatever the hell's going on in it. martial law, the rabble have turned out to be invaluable, and they are getting scattered to the four winds because they are getting hit by whatever is going on here the hardest.
I mean, I know how important it is. I know what this all means here for us. What can I do to help?
This is more... Whatever you can, bring food, bring information if you can. If there's any other of your friends who are willing to help the Green, we'll take anyone at this point. Bonar, older brother, younger brother, even Red Talons.
There's a Silver Fang joke in there someplace, but we'll just leave it alone.
If you could bring Jonas Albrecht here and I had to give the sept over to him, I'd do it in a heartbeat. We're struggling.
I could only imagine. I've heard. I saw. We're going to have to consolidate the places pretty soon, I think. Here, a few others.
And you're thinking in purely in strict, strategic, and almost secular values, Silent Strider. Every Karen is a piece of our mother, and each one we abandon, even if we lock it up, is caging her and entombing her within her coffin. And that'll be
I'm
a
aware.
hard argument to make.
It would be some mighty high talk coming from my tribe especially. I understand that. It would make us seem like we're detached from the world, and I promise you I'm not. We wanted to make sure we didn't pull from other resources that were out here. There were some activities that took place out our way in Colorado. You probably saw them on the news, although you might not have time to watch the news, but anywhere else but here. Maybe at least in some cases we can take pressure off. There's only so many places soldiers can be sent.
Yes. The more chaos across the country, the better.
Better than the alternative.
It's what most of the humans have figured out here. Better to have 10 protests of 10,000 people than one protest of 100,000 people. It splits the military too much to actually make an effective crackdown.
That'll be the message we try to send instead, then. Try to keep that going. Especially for places like here. There's millions of people in New York. Not quite the same for us in the Great Frontier. But that was it. Wanted to check on you especially. I could only imagine the pressure that you were under and the things that were happening here. And like I said, the offer's on the table. And otherwise, he'll just shoot the shit with them over breakfast for a period of time, just talk about whatever, and then head on back.
Okay, it's about noon. As you get back to the rest of the group, they're starting to putter around slowly, lazily. William, your phone goes off.
I'm assuming it's a phone call?
No, it's a news alert.
Okay, so I take a look at it. Well, shit.
Shit, what?
Well, the news alert that I just got on my phone is saying that America can't seem to fight back against China. We can't seem to hold our own against the quote-unquote terrorists and outside foreign bodies.
I mean, so we're just saying that we can't do that, or I mean, America can't do that, or
we just don't have the weapons.
I mean, are we surrender? I mean, is the United States surrendering? Are they capitulating, or are we just saying that things
looking
are
at
really
looking at the news report, it looks like from the Pentagon it was leaked that the United States has essentially run out of naval munitions entirely against the Chinese, which means that the United States has already started to pull out of Hawaii, given also that Hawaii has suffered a nuclear attack. It does not hold the same strategic value as before. In addition, the US has decided to just drop guns in America's Samoa and have just given it to the civilians, but have mostly started to pull naval presence from that area due to the lack of munitions for both aircraft and naval fleets. However, coming out as a firebrand, the president, while not confirming nor denying, has said that America will take every step possible to succeed in this conflict.
going to have to make sure we get in touch with the guru that are out there and the seps that we have. The problem when the military pulls out of an area and they say that they hand it off, it's because they've determined that that territory, I think, is expendable. Which means if you're willing to do something, you're willing to do it to the people that are out there because your important things are no longer there.
Yeah, you don't just let important territory go if it's no longer important.
I don't care to figure out what happens when a government nuke explodes.
Do you think that our government here, would just go scorched earth and wipe everything off that we've owned? Just so that way, if we can't own it, they can't own it?
I think when you talk about strategy, it's less that point, or if the expectation is that somebody else comes to take it, that you're destroying them. So, yes. It means that we're probably already being, again... No, I tell you what this means. It means people like the Good Doctor and others. This is the check.
So the mate's coming soon.
Yeah. Now, plenty of this is just human beings being human, but we probably need to get back home. If we're going to keep up activities in Colorado Springs, even with more military presence there, every little bit helps places like the Green that are essentially under siege.
Yep.
Steven goes, I'm going to take the long way back. I'm going to head to DC, see if I can get any presents from old Uncle Raj.
Give him our best. Give him our best.
Be safe, Steven.
Big hug for Steven.
Big hug back.
Let's make sure we can do this again next year. Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Love you all. Love you, brother, as he ruffles Kyle's hair.
Love you too.
You guys head back. Start doing some more planning, I'm guessing.
Yeah, based on what Zeb brought back, in particular, I'd like to start searching the US for an area that is bereft of Garu, but still has a fairly high Hamid population.
Okay.
As potential areas to do another kind of purge like this.
Okay.
They're taking it national. The tour national, huh?
The idea being that we can't only put the weight down on
One place.
On one place, or even places that have Garu who are unwilling to do this or are already buckling. So
Yeah.
this is a way, potentially, to find some cities that, hey, they aren't having this level of problem yet, and pushing it to that level.
Problem is that if there is a high population of humans, those places will eventually get areas of spiritual development, which will usually call Garu into them.
Oh, no question, but we've lost so many Seps
That's true.
over the last few years. I don't know, there could be more in LA than the one that was lost, because
Yeah.
LA's huge.
Yeah, they have. There's a few in LA, but Cleveland, the Sept of the Dreary Bay closed, or was conquered, I think. So you could go there in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, that's an idea. And this isn't, my intention for this isn't, this is a long campaign that we will engage in, but this is a small step that we could take over the course of like a week or two to knock this out. Because it's pretty easy to stir up fascism.
Sure is. So you can start planning that. You can start, because you have to plan how you're going to get there, right? Is a big thing now.
Sure.
So that takes some... Oh, yeah. But that takes a couple days. Yeah. That takes a couple days. And we're going to take this to November the 10th real quick. As George, your phone goes off while you're all hanging out at the local burrito gong for the egg blasting burrito. And, of course, the waffle tacos.
My favorite.
It is a video from the president that is getting tons of views, and all the comments on the news article are going wild. Like, people are just expressing pure shock at this point. As you finally hear, you turn it on, as it pops onto the TV as well now. My fellow Americans, we have decided to make a decisive strike against the People's Republic of China. Just a few hours ago, we had sent a fleet of 150 drones to both the city of Shanghai and Beijing. None of the drones had any missiles except two, and it wasn't a true missile. They contained a core of nuclear material, and once the drone was shot down, the device closed, and we have made a tactical nuclear strike at 2 of the greatest centers of commerce in the Chinese Empire. And we have made it clear that the United States will not go down without a fight, and that we will use creative solutions to bring down any tyrants who dare stir up civil unrest on our soil. God bless you all, and hold your families tight, and pray to God that they will not choose to escalate this any further, and that they understand our resolve. Good night, and thank you.
Mark will drop his waffle tug.
What a terrible time to be near a military installation.
I guess we didn't learn our lesson back in World War II.
As you sit there
Cora.
in stunned silence, the world is rapidly changing. And how will it continue to shift? How will it continue to burn? We'll find that out next time. Thank you to everyone who listened. We'll catch you in that next episode. Bye.
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 See you then.